Hello everyone. In this presentation, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Powerworld simulator to study the reactive power compensation technique that is used in the power system. For our studies, we are taking a simple system. A simple generator supplies power to a load through a long transmission line of length 300 km, and it has a series reactance of line 0.3 ohms per kilometer and shunt admittance 4.5 into 10 to the power of minus 6 Siemens per kilometer, and also we assume the line resistance equal to 0. In this model, we are going to study the series compensation. If we connect the capacitors in series at both the end of the line, how it improves the or increase the loadability of the power system. This is the first part of our study. In the series compensation design, we assume there is identical series capacitor are installed at each phase at both ends of the line, providing 25% compensation, not 100% or 50%, only 25% of compensation. And we take a line length of 300 km and a reactance. For this reactance, we are giving 25% compensation. Here shunt admittance 4.5 into 10 to the power of minus 6 Siemens per kilometer. Surge impedance of load without considering the compensation, it is 909.5 megawatt, and the surge impedance of the system without considering the compensation is 275 ohms. Now we calculate the series capacitance. Series capacitance value is 0.25, this percentage 0.25% of 0.34 for the length of 300, that we divided for both side, divided by half, so we will get minus J12.75 ohms per unit series capacitance actual impedance divided by base impedance. Base impedance of this problem is 2500 ohms. Finally, we get 5.1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 per unit. This is the value we have to use for our simulation. Now we verify our result using the Powerworld simulator. Go to File, New Case, Draw Network Bus. In our model, we are using 4 different buses. All are operating at 500 kilovolt rated voltage. Bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, bus 4, and we have to connect generator at bus 1. We have to connect series capacitor between bus 2 and 1. The value of the series capacitive reactance is 0.0051 according to our calculation. Here I put minus for capacitor. Now I connect transmission line between bus 2 and 3. Use calculate impedances. Here I have taken 300 kilometer length line, which is having a series reactance of 0.34 ohms per kilometer, and shunt admittance of 4.5 10 to the power of minus 6 kilometer. Now we connect another series capacitor of same value between bus 3 and 4 minus 0.0051. Here now we connect at last the load. At bus 4 I connect 500 megawatt load. Now I want to visualize both active and reactive power flow in the line. I select both actual megawatt and MVR flow in the line. I want to note down the voltage at the bus. Bus 1 and 4 is enough. We want to note down the receiving end voltage and sending end voltage, receiving end angle and sending end angle. I want to visualize the MVAR flow in the transmission line. Now we can run our model, and we have to choose one more thing. Let's go to run, edit mode, draw field, series capacitor field, status. Here our series capacitor can be connected or bypassed. If no means it's not bypassed. That means it is connected. If it comes yes, status yes means the capacitor is bypassed. Go to run mode. I want to increase the load 50 megawatt per mouse click. Now we can run our model. Here the load I can increase. Here now the capacitor is connected. First I want to disconnect the capacitor. Without capacitor I want to study. Without capacitor, now the capacitor is bypassed. Now I can increase the load. So by using this series compensation, we can increase the loadability of our system. Now we can note down the voltage at the sending end and the receiving end. Our system is operating at 500 kilovolts. The voltage is reducing slowly for the increase of load. Here you can note down the power angle. It is now 29. So the steady state stability limit of this system is at the power angle of 45 degree. We can load up to 45 degree. At the 45 degree it reaches the complete blackout. We can note down here the power at 1350 megawatt. The system reaches the steady state stability limit. Now we can remove the bypass and check how our system loadability increases in this case. Now I put no, that means no bypass. I directly connected the capacitor in the line. Now I run again. Now you can note down the angle reduces to 25. Before it was 45. Now it is 25. And also I can increase more than the previous limit. Now it goes up to 1750. This conclude that the inclusion of this series capacitor increases the loadability of the system and increases theoretically as well as practically. Here this table shows the solution of series compensation. We can divide the table into two of without series compensation and with the series compensation. Here we can note down the two of. Here both the case we increase the load, but here with the series compensation we can go up to 1750, but without series compensation we can go on up to 1350. At the 1350 it reaches unstable, that is a steady state stability limit, but with the series compensation the steady state stability limit increases, as here it is up to 1750. This conclude that with the help of this series compensation we can increase the loadability of the system. We can increase the loadability of the system both theoretically as well as practically. Now we come to the second part of our problem. The second part of our problem is how to regulate the voltage at the receiving end. How to regulate voltage at the receiving end. Again, I take a simple system. A simple generator is connected to a load. It supplies power to the load over a long transmission length of 300 kilometer. I take the same value as I took in the previous case. Now here I connect a inductor, a shunted reactor at the receiving end to improve or regulate the voltage at the receiving end. So here we have to connect inductor as well as capacitor to maintain the voltage at this end. Less than SIL we have to connect inductor, as above SIL we have to change the inductor or replace the inductor by a capacitor. In this shunt reactor compensation, we connect a inductor at the end of the line of 300 kilometer long at the light load, providing 75% compensation. For the 75% of compensation, 4.5 into 10 to the power minus 6 Siemens per kilometer multiplied by 25%, and we get the answer of 3.375 into the power minus 4 shunt admittance value to be connected to do our simulation. Now we verify our model for shunt compensation. Go to File, New Case, Draw Network Bus. In our model we are using two buses. One is at generator end, the other one is at the load end. Both are operating at same voltage of 500 kilovolt rated. Bus 1 we connect the generator. Bus 2 we connect the load 500 megawatt, and we connect a transmission line from bus 1 to 2. Calculate impedance. Here the line length in kilometer of 300 kilometer length. Reactance 0.34. Shunt admittance 4.5. Now we can connect shunt, switch to shunt. At the step of 25 steps, minus 5. MVAR per step. Go to run mode. Before we go to run mode, draw field, bus field. We have to note down the bus voltage and angle. Now we can run our model. We can vary the switch shunt minus 5 MVAR per mouse click. Now we can run tools, run. Here in this model we can observe here for 500 megawatt load, if without switched shunt, the voltage at the receiving end is 526.83, which is much more than the sending end voltage. If we connect the switched shunt, then it will adjust and maintain the voltage of 500 volt at both the end by increasing the MVAR. Now if we increase the load 50 per mouse click, here for the increasing MVAR, this automatically decreasing to maintain the voltage of 500 kilovolt at this end. Now we can increase, so it is equal to for 1000 megawatt load. For increasing the load, voltage is still decreasing from 500. We cannot use this switched shunt reactor further to maintain this voltage. Now we have to change this inductor as a capacitor. Stop the simulation, go to edit mode, give the value +5. So you can increase 5 per mouse click. Go to run mode, run. Now you can see again for the increasing load, again the voltage at the receiving end is maintained the same 500 kilovolt. By connecting the switched shunt reactor or capacitor, we can maintain the receiving end voltage same as the sending end voltage. By using this switched shunt reactor at the receiving end, we can get a good voltage regulation. Now for the increasing load, the voltage is decreasing. We can adjust the switched shunt capacitor to maintain the voltage nearer to this 500 kilovolt. Here we cannot get exactly 500 for the increasing load, but it is nearer with a percentage of 10 to 15% voltage regulation we can maintain. For the increasing load, at the load of 1450, it reaches the steady state stability at the angle of 45.31. From this I conclude, here using this reactor we can maintain the voltage and we can get a good voltage regulation. Without shunt regulator, it is very difficult to maintain and get a good voltage regulation at the receiving end when the load is increasing or decreasing. Here this table shows the solution of shunt compensation. Here again we same as the series compensation, we can divide the table into two of without shunt compensation and with shunt compensation. For the increasing load of both the cases, we can see here the voltage voltage, it is decreasing and it is decreasing. Here we can note down here the voltage is decreasing more. Here the voltage is decreasing very less. Here almost the voltage is maintained 500, 500, 487, 402, like that. It indicates the voltage is regulated at the receiving end when the power reaches 1350, that is a steady state stability limit, the system becomes unstable. Here for 1450 the system becomes unstable. But in the second case of with shunt compensation, the voltage is almost regulated. It concludes that a use of a shunt compensation can regulate the receiving end voltage. Accordingly, by selecting the inductor, shunt reactor for light load and shunt capacitor for heavy load.